Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, good morning, good day, wherever you may be. I want to thank you for joining me for this episode of Creating an Attitude of Gratitude. My name is Kimberly Naylor, and I'm going to be your host during this webinar of Creating an Attitude of Gratitude. And I'm very, very honored and grateful to have you here with me as we are celebrating the Thanksgiving season. So I'm wishing you and your family a very, very happy Thanksgiving holiday season and hoping that all is going well as you connect with friends, family, and just have a time to reflect on all those things for which you have to give thanks. Yes, it's a holiday where we spend a lot of time preparing food and meal preparation and time cooking desserts and cakes and ham and turkey and dressing, but it's also a time that we can feast on what it means just to be grateful, to have gratitude. And tonight, I wanted to have this webinar just as a reminder of the power that we possess in our beings when we shift ourselves into gratitude and the amount of power we're able to unleash in our lives for our own abundance, peace of mind, to eliminate fear. So there's just so many benefits of creating this attitude of gratitude that I wanted to take time and bring you 5 key benefits that gratitude produces in your life. And it's been very instrumental for me, and I want to share them with you. Um, Thinking of gratitude, um, if you follow Oprah, you know she is a strong, strong proponent of a gratitude journal. And if you're not familiar with what the gratitude journal is, it's simply taking a notebook, loose leaf paper, or maybe buying a little composition book you can pick up from Target, Walmart's, or a dollar store. And each night, you end your evening before you go off to sleep, and you list 5 things for which you are grateful. And that gives you a chance to start feeling your gratitude and getting more comfortable with the energy that it produces for you. And you begin to see that your consciousness will begin to almost awaken right inside of you. Your heart space and your capacity to love and feel and express who you are becomes intensified and increased. You have much more capability. So this is a very, very simple exercise that Oprah speaks of often, but a very, very powerful one. I strongly encourage you to take a 7-day challenge. I'm not going to ask you to go endlessly, but just take the next 7 days. Try it and see how differently you feel when you awaken each morning, how different your dream state is during the night by just simply closing your eyes with the emotions of gratitude. And there's a reason why you will experience differences over this next 7 days, is because gratitude literally shifts your consciousness, the whole consciousness of your being, your whole essence shifts. Thinking about this holiday, give you an example. Most of us were busy, we're trying to get all the food purchased, prepared, um, inviting everyone, getting the calls in to make everybody know when we're coming together. And you can have this rat race going on in your head. We're rushing and we're going here and there and trying to get it all prepared. So it's just a wonderful experience for our friends and our families as we come together to connect. But in that moment, that pulls you away from yourself. Your total focus is external. When you shift into gratitude, which is our first benefit, our first key benefit, when you shift into an attitude of gratitude, you become heart centered and more inward focused. First, to think of something for which you're grateful, it automatically invokes emotions where you feel something. You feel your thanksgiving inside your heart. You feel grateful to be alive. You feel grateful to be sharing with your friends. You feel grateful for those things someone may have blessed you with. You feel grateful for an opportunity to present new information, or you feel grateful for new employment or new opportunities, it brings you into a feeling state, not just that rat race that could be going on inside your head, not just feeling like, well, if things don't give way, I'm going to go insane. It calms the spirit. It makes you aware of your heart space, your energy. It helps you vibe with yourself. You feel your essence. And that's very beneficial because when we're in a state of relaxation, calm, connectedness, we're very present. So that first gift of shifting into gratitude makes us very present with our hearts because there's heartfelt emotions for which we're thankful. And to help you feel this, let's take some deep breaths together right now, and I'll show you how simple it is to shift into gratitude, into heartfelt experiences that leave you being very present in this moment now. So I'm going to ask you to breathe in deeply through your nose, and you're going to exhale with the sound of just sigh of relief, and you'll see how different you feel. So let's do it together. So inhale deeply through your nose and exhale. Let your shoulders drop and relax into it. Let's do another. How about one more? Inhale deeply through your nose. Really push that diaphragm out. Now take note. Just think of one thing for which you are grateful. Now that you've thought of that thing for which you're grateful, feel your heart, feel your being, feel your inwards. How do you feel? Do you feel that calmness, that presentness? You feel your presence. In that space is where you create some of everything because you're in the moment of now. You can think, you can create, you can imagine, and now you have energy in your heart space to fuel that into manifestation. So that is our first tool. It allows us to become present, feel our heart space, which is necessary for us to fuel our desires. It's being present, being aware of ourselves, and using our heart energy to shift. The second tool we have is it allows you to eliminate fear. Now you might say, what does gratitude have to do with me being fearful? Well, as you know, perfect love casts out all fear. And in this moment where we just took time to be grateful for one thing, it brings you into a very loving space. And you're so present. You don't have time for fear. Now think about it. When you're feeling fearful and anxiety and anxious, isn't it typically about something that has not happened? It's what might happen tomorrow, may or may not occur on the job, what the children may or may not do, what your husband or spouse might or might not be doing, what may or may not happen while you're traveling, what may happen when you're out there somewhere. And that anxiety can just be overwhelming, and it produces fear. By taking time to take those 3 breaths like we did, or however many more you need to shift, you can eliminate feeling fearful by just start thinking about what you already have for which to be grateful. And you shift from that anxiety and fear, and you become present in your own heart. And you get to feel that peace and calm of being ever present with your essence. And when you don't have fear dominating your mind and your thoughts, then that energy you conjure up in your heart is now available to create positive outcomes based on thoughts that create things you want to experience versus focusing energy on things you don't want to have. So that's your second tool. It allows you to eliminate fear, anxiety, and stress, because you enter into gratitude for all that you have and then leverage that energy to think about things you want to experience even more so. Things you want to have occurring in your life on a greater scale. Gratitude. I'm thankful for the one book I've written, and I use that gratitude as I think of the second book I'm working on. Gratitude moves the fear, the uncertainty, the doubt. It allows me to move forward because I'm staying heart-centered and focused on what I want to experience. The third thing is gratitude really empowers you to embrace your abundance. Imagine feeling this energy and you think about all the abundance that's available for you. Gratitude allows you to embrace the abundance. Now, you and I know, in order for us to have more, often requires that we become more. And how do we become more essential in ourselves? How do we make ourselves available for more abundance? That's where that attitude of gratitude comes into play, because it literally empowers you to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You can stretch out of your comfort zone and your imagination as you're feeling that energy in your heart of gratitude for all that you have, all the blessings you already received, and now you're using that energy to move forward into the greater expression of yourself that's coming with the abundance. So it empowers you to take it on, to embrace it without the fear, and knowing that it's rightfully mine. It's the space in which I dwell. Everything is available for me now, in this moment, because abundance is experienced by us expanding ourselves to receive the greater good that we desire. And gratitude can play a very critical role in helping you expand your mindset and embracing that you're worthy. You're grateful for all the abundance that can flood into your heart. See, if you don't believe you're worth the abundance, you can't receive it. Gratitudes make you so grateful for all the abundance. I'm worth all that God has for me. I'm grateful for all that's in store for me. Now you're invoking your abundance through an energy, through your heart, and you receive it inward. You're manifesting it from the inside out. That's our third tool and our key benefit we gain from experiencing gratitude. The next exercise received from gratitude is it builds our confidence. It allows us to connect so to our heart center, that we can confidently go there. It's like we activate our soulful essence. We become the chief activator of what I feel inside. Gratitude excites the soul, and it can believe and embrace what's possible because it's just feasting on all that has already occurred. It's just like your Thanksgiving meal. You feasted on this great meal. You're relaxed, you're calm. And what do we like to do after we eat? We're very relaxed. We're ready to go to sleep. I call it the full belly syndrome. Sleep is required immediately thereafter. But when you're feasting on gratitude, you get that same experience of overflow, abundance. My soul is able to relax into it, knowing that I'm in a good space. I've activated this for myself by using my heart, my feelings, my desires. See, gratitude makes you aware of those desires, connects you to your heart desires. So you bring in, invite more good in the realm of abundance for you. But you have to activate that essence, that essential essence of your soul. So your soul feels like it's full, just like that great meal. and you relax into it, knowing more is coming. All is well. One of the last things that it does, we talked about a little bit before, talking about the confidence to build to receive our abundance, but it also helps you embrace and trust yourself. See, when we're out there frazzled in our minds and we're running back and forth trying to do this and do that, we become fragmented. Half of us is present, half of us is thinking about the past, half of us think about what needs to be done, what hasn't been done, what someone else should be doing. We become frazzled, disconnected. But when you move into gratitude, because you're focusing inside and in your heart, you increase your ability to trust yourself. You increase your ability to trust what your mind is now telling you is possible, because you can feel all the energy of what you've already received. You know that possibility, that limitless possibility is yours to embrace. So you can trust your heart. You can trust your desires. You begin to understand that all of your desires come from a place of thanksgiving. I'm grateful for having a desire to even experience these things, whether it's new relationships, financial relief from debt, or marriage, or ending poor relationships, employment opportunities, entrepreneurship and business opportunities. Whatever your soul is yearning, you can trust your heart to produce it, because the desire is already there. I give thanks for all of my desires. I give thanks for all the ideas that pop in my head, whether I know how I can actually make them come about or not. The fact that I have created a desire in my heart and I can embrace it with gratitude makes me present and have all the energy I need to actually move that desire forward into a creative pathway of activities that yield results that manifest the outcome of those desires. So think of it again. Your desires bring you into gratitude. Be grateful for those desires. So your desires create the heartfelt energy to embrace the desires, to create the actions, and the actions will create the results that deliver that outcome. So all of these tools of gratitude are here at your disposal, simply from shifting from your mind into your heart. Now I'll give you an example of how you can practice this tool. How do I know if I'm really feeling gratitude? If I'm in that energy, I've actually activated. I want you to take your hand, right or left hand, and just place it on the top of your head. Be aware of the top of your head. Put your concentration there. If you close your eyes and think there. Now imagine your hand sliding down, and now feel it into your heart. Put your consciousness where your hand is, over your heart. Now again, take a deep breath. Take another. Why not one more? Now think of 3 things for which you are grateful. And while your hand is over your heart, put your conscience there. Give thanks for 3 things. I'm grateful for having a home to live in. I'm grateful for the friends who have supported me through a trying time with the loss of my mother. I'm so grateful that I had time to spend with my mother 90 days. I moved in with her before her transition. I'm grateful for my business and how I can serve others in the world to teach them how to find their hearts and connect to their souls so their dreams and desires become realities. I hope you join me in that short exercise to feel your heart energy. How does it feel? How does that breathing and consciousness of thanksgiving make you feel? So when you borrow from those feelings of being right here, right now, in the present moment of I am, right now, present, I am present. Now you can think of anything you want to experience. And know in your heart, give thanks for it. Don't worry about how it manifests. Don't concern yourself with how it will show up for you. Just give thanks for it right now. And what you're doing is allowing your heart energy to open space for more abundance to flow in, because you're already saying, thank you for the wonderful new clients. Thank you for the wonderful love of my life. Thank you for the support I'm receiving from my children. Thank you for the guidance I'm receiving in my career. Thank you. And that list can go on and on and on, because gratitude brings you to your I am present state. And it gives you an opportunity to move forward from this place of being present. I am that I am. I am is when God is most present with you. I am is a right now experience. I am here right now. I am present in this moment of right now. And gratitude helps you move from outward to your inward self. And that gratitude and thanksgiving allows you to feel and embrace your energy. Now, your heart energy is the energy that actually fuels your desires, to manifest your dreams, to activate your soul awareness of what's possible. So without having that, how can you really create? You can't. How can you make your life bigger if you can't be grateful for what you have to be willing to become bigger? I'm grateful for all the new areas that are flowing into my life now. I'm opening new avenues, new channels. And we do this by just being present. So gratitude allows for growth. It allows for trust in that space of being present. It allows you to expand your awareness of your own soulful essence, and then use that to leverage those things you desire to create and take the actions. And as you writing goals, you can put this energy around it as you're taking those steps and checking them off at the end of the day in your gratitude journal. You're putting more energy into that space. And you're tapping into a power of ever present that always creates the next moment. The present moment always creates the next experience. So when you can consciously bring your mind and your heart and your soul into this present state, from here, now actively give thanks for all those things that you desire, because it feels as if they already have occurred. And that's how faith works. It's believing those things which be not as though they were. We walk by faith and not by sight. I feel the hope in my heart of experiencing it because the desire is there. I feel the great gratitude for those desires, and that activates faith and believing and hope to bring into manifestation. So everything works from principles. And this is how gratitude shifts your reality, and why it's so important to have an attitude of gratitude. So I've given you tools to create and shift into gratitude with the breathing techniques and also the gratitude journals to shift your consciousness to being aware of all those things for which you're grateful so you feel that heart space. I hope you will take the next 30 days as we wrap up the end of this calendar year and use gratitude as your ammunition to fuel your life. If you would take the next 30 days to just give thanks every day for everything you know you desire. Start thanking God right now in this moment for it. And watch how quickly, I challenge you, do this. Watch how quickly things show up. I'll give you a recent example. I just returned from Mexico. I like to give you this story. And while I was there in Mexico, it was rainy every day. It had been below temperatures pretty much across the nation of the U.S. And as soon as I was in Mexico, it was very rainy for this time of year. Usually you may get some rains in the afternoons, but not where it just rains all day. I mean, downpouring monsoons of rain. And so I arrived there, and at first I was like, oh man, I'm really trying to get away. I've had a lot of challenges, and I thought this was going to be my getaway time. So I began to be grateful for this vacation and the beautiful warmth of the sun on my skin, the beautiful walks along the beach, my opportunities to go out and take in some sights, to go in some of the Mayan ruins. I was planning to go to see the pyramids. And I just started giving thanks. Those were things that I knew I wanted to do. And I just said, I'm thankful for this vacation, this wonderful, wonderful vacation. Well, the next day still looked kind of wet and rainy, so there wasn't a lot to do, but I continued to give thanks and took advantage of some of the facilities, some of the opportunities there. So I took advantage of some of the spa services, and they had restaurants on the grounds. I had a chance to sample different foods, but just having a spirit of gratitude. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to be here. And I kept my conscious focus. I needed this vacation to be a time of healing. I kept thanking my soul for it being recharged and rebirthed, not knowing what was going to transpire. And so the next day, the sun was out, and I was able to walk the beach. I walked it in total gratitude. Probably walked a mile and a half, probably 3 miles, a mile and a half one way and back to the resort. Just walking and taking in the sun on my skin, just allowing myself to feel all those things that I had the day before done in my mind. And just sheer gratitude. Now I was literally experiencing it. Later that day, there was a little bit of rain, but it just came and it went, which is more typical for that time of year. And I just kept staying present. I just started thanking God for the rebirth of my soul, the renewed source of energy for my life, for my dreams, for my vision, past my mother's transition, feeling wholeness in my soul. And so it was time to go on one of the excursions to the Mayan ruins, and someone was telling me like, oh, I spoke with several people yesterday. They really didn't enjoy it. It was awful. The translators wouldn't translate it to English much, and it was mainly for Spanish-speaking tourists. And I was like, oh my. I just kept thanking God for this wonderful experience I was about to have, as I had envisioned it in my mind's eye. Well, on my particular bus, we headed out. We met up at another station, and we kind of switched buses. And I ended up getting on a bus that had 2 tour guides. One exclusive for English-speaking tourists and those who required Spanish. So these small details of what gratitude can do. Now, there's no question when I get to the grounds and the ruins, I'll understand all the history. I'll get all of the messaging I wanted. And this guy was phenomenal. He had been studying under the Mayan teachings over and beyond his assignment as a tour guide to this pyramid site. And he was talking to us about acupuncture and how we can stop headaches and colds and all the beautiful plants and herbs. He was a holistic practitioner, and he just flooded us with information. Gratitude, giving you abundance, abundantly more than what you even ask. So as we got to the ruins and we walked the grounds, and he just, afterwards I had time to walk with him one-on-one, and I asked questions about, the Mayans and their teachings, and he had to do more than just astrology. These people were using that for their existence, and it'd be just curious to know how they were actually living all of this information on the day-to-day. And he was just a great, great resource. Well, after that stop, they said we're going to go to a sinkhole. And down in this sinkhole, there was this pool of water, pure, pristine water. I mean, you had to be very cautious of what type of sunscreen you had. You had to shower before you could even go inside. And so we started walking down this cave into the depths of Mother Earth. I mean, this sinkhole from the ground level, the surface you're looking down, looked like about 200 feet or so. And then there's this pool of water that drops another probably 150 feet deep. And so they said you can swim. Well, I had an incident there in Mexico, and it's the last day, and I spent most of my cash money, and they didn't take any debit cards at this place or credit cards. And so I'm not a strong swimmer, and it was just a cliff. People were just jumping in swimming. So I was like, oh no, I won't be able to rent a life vest. And so I focused on what I didn't have, and I walked all the way down, and I looked at the people swimming, took pictures, and it was just beautiful just to be in the cave, in the opening of Mother Earth. And I was just like, oh, what can't be, what can't be? I don't have this, I don't have that. And I'm not that strong of a swimmer, and I walked all the way back out of the sinkhole. But as I got to the top, I got to think, I decided I'm not coming this far and not getting in that water because I wanted to be there. So I just went right around the railing, and I started my descent right back in. I said, I'm getting in there. I don't care if I jump in, hold my breath, jump in 4 feet away, and just swim 5 or 6 feet over to the edge and back out of the pool. I knew I could do that much. I could hold my breath and float. I decided I'm going to do that. I want to take in this experience. So downward I began. And as I got to the bottom, I made my way in line to get over to where you can step down. I asked someone to take a few pictures of me in the water. And as I came out, I realized there was this life vest. Someone had left a life vest on the rail. I decided to either go in and swim, and what had happened, the strap was broken. So someone had just discarded it there. And I was so amazed of how powerful, when I decided I was going to go in and get in that water, then the provision came, not before. And so the lesson, what gratitude does is we give thanks for those things that we say we want to experience. It helps us decide. It helps us trust ourselves that it will come about. It helps us have confidence that we can step into more than even what we're experiencing now. We're giving thanks for it right now as if it is already occurring. We are creating and manifesting it from an unseen place. So when I decided I'm going to have this experience, and I was so grateful and began to become joy-filled about the experience, there was the provision. I was able to put on the vest, lay back on my back, actually immerse myself in this water, and I called it my baptism, my rebirth. And it was the most amazing experience. But if I had not dwelled, connected, stayed connected to my heart, that was something I would not have had. Gratitude allowed me to give thanks for this trip, give thanks for my visits to the various tourism sites, and this was a bonus on top of what I had planned to do. And I was able to take all that in. So I bring that to you and share that story with you, is to let you know that the decision creates what you need. And when I give thanks, I've decided it is so. I'm giving thanks. I'm giving thanks for all the experience, the wonderful experiences. And as we came out of that cave, the sun was bright, and it remained bright all the way home. And the final day, which was the next day, I awakened, my soul awakened me at about 5:30 and sat taking a sunrise. I had not even been able to see a sunrise. I got up a little bit reluctant. I was thinking like, oh, I don't want to get up. I was up so late last night, but I did. I honored my soul and was able to take in the most beautiful sunrise. I actually see the sun come through the horizon. And there was still cloud cover. So it's like getting the chance to see two sunrises as it came through the horizon. And then it went behind these darkened clouds. And then it emerged again on the other side. I just sat there and allowed that experience to just flood my heart of gratitude. And I use that energy and I leverage it when I did my goals, as I'm working on my goals even for 2015, the upcoming calendar year. I leverage that experience that I feel in my heart. That's why creating an attitude of gratitude is so vital to everything you want to experience, because it allows you to then leverage that emotion, that heartfelt gratitude, that heart-centered existence of being in the I am present state of being. Giving thanks for all that you even imagined to invite and invoke your abundance. Gratitude is a tool that can change your life. And I hope you'll take time to practice those breathing techniques and moving your hand from your head to your heart to pour your focus into your heart, and then just taking in some deep breaths and saying everything for which you're thankful. From the most minute detail to the most expensive thing, thanking yourself for giving yourself wonderful vacations, places you have not even thought of going just yet. And give that to yourself. You're worth it. I want to thank you for spending time in this Thanksgiving season and taking time to write down things for which you're grateful. Don't look at this as just, oh, that sounds good. Infuse this tool in your life and allow these 5 benefits to serve you over the next 30 days. So I'd like to recap first by giving you the 2 challenges is over the over the next 7 days. Take the next 7 days and you do your gratitude journal. That's the first challenge. And then I also challenge you to practice those breathing techniques with the hand to the heart until you start feeling how you can invoke heart-centered feelings of your I am presence, your soulful essence, and then start saying everything for which you are grateful that you've experienced, and then gratitude for everything you anticipate experiencing. So please take that challenge. Serve yourself well. Do that for yourself. You're worth that. And in summary, I like to talk about the benefits. Remember we said that the first gift that you get from gratitude is creating that heartfelt presence of connection to your heart energy. 2, you can eliminate fear because that love that you invoke from the gratitude eliminates your worries for tomorrow. You bring everything in the future in through gratitude and thanksgiving, seeing it's happening as you desire it and invoking your heart-centeredness and your feelings and emotions to bless you with the abundance. 3, you're empowering your abundance. You're invoking it in by seeing it as if it already exists and leveraging all this power and gratitude on everything you desire. You unleash your soulful essence of connecting to your soulful essence. You're activating. You're learning how to activate on call this energy to produce everything you desire. And 5, last but not least, you are giving yourself an opportunity to trust who you are. your creativity and your creativeness, your I am presence. You get to trust that you can be responsible for you. You can trust your soul power. You can trust your heart's desires. You can trust that God will be with you. However you deem him to be, he'll be there to produce and manifest all that you have. So again, I want to thank you for joining me on this webinar. I want to encourage you to take the challenge of building a heart of gratitude and an attitude of gratitude. And I want to encourage you, inspire you to stay ever present in your soulful essence. Therein lies all that you need to receive and live the life of abundance you desire. I would like to encourage you, if you want some support in preparing yourself in this energy for the upcoming year. 2015 is just around the corner, about 33 days at most. I want to encourage you to visit my website, www.positivesisters.com, and you will see on the event page where you can click and have an opportunity to have a free strategy session so you can start learning how to live with passion. It's called the Live with Passion Strategy Session. We will share together how you can shift into your heartfelt energy. So your life is a life you love, cherish, and just inspired by your own existence and by the fulfillment of the dreams that then ignite your imaginations for the dreams you've not yet manifest. I invite you to take advantage of this. Join me. Let's have a conversation. So this upcoming year activates a life that you love living. Your relationships, your finances, your health, your well-being, your friends, your family, your experiences are things that bring you joy and more heartfelt gratitude. You can follow me in my social media platform. I'm on Facebook.com. I'm on Positive Sisters at Positive Sisters, and you can follow us there. But be encouraged, be inspired, and stay grateful. Keep your heart filled with gratitude and thanksgiving. Let this Thanksgiving and upcoming Thanksgivings be those times you stop, pause, and reflect on, where is my heart? Am I present? Am I having heartfelt experiences that fuel and inspire my desires to manifest more abundance in my life, eliminate fear, build trust, and empower me to live my best life ever? I want to thank you for taking time to join me. Again, visit my website, go get your strategy session. Let's have fun in this upcoming year, 2015. Let it be a time that ignites your life and your imagination to be beyond anything you've ever imagined. Let's take the chains and the reins off of your life. Let's break those chains and those limitations and move into a powerful existence. And know that everything is possible because you're coming from your center of I am presence. And the I am that I am that I am, that is always present in your heart, will help you manifest all your dreams, all your desires, everything you ever imagined possible. I want to thank you for joining me for this season of Thanksgiving and pray that your life is filled with blessings beyond your wildest dreams. And as you roll into the holiday season, may you have time to spend with family, friends, and remember to use this season as a time to rebirth who you are and live a life from an ignited reignited imagination that floods your soul with joy, peace,